In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the DDPAI Mola N3 Pro dash cam. This happens to be in the middle of June, driving through southern Utah. Crazy, right? All right, let's get this thing unboxed and show you what's included with the DDPAI dual channel dash cam. The packaging was very impressive. I liked how they incorporated these two boxes, one for the rear camera and one for the main front camera. Inside there is the camera unit itself, which is very small and discreet, which I like. The fact that this thing has a 600p high resolution, that's 2560 by 1600p. It also uses a super capacitor, so this thing is resistant to extreme temperatures, clear down to -4 degrees or as hot as 158 degrees. I'm pretty sure you're going to have issues, or your car's going to have issues at that temperature. I also like that they include a trim kit so that you can easily tuck this long cable into your vehicle. I'll show you how I did that a little bit later on in this video. They do include the adhesive plus the plastic film that you can put on the windshield so you're not sticking it directly to your windshield. I also like that the camera itself is removable from the adhesive base. So you can clip it onto the adhesive base there and remove it very easily if you want to take it out of your vehicle. It does support up to 512 gigabytes of a micro SD card, which is not included, but those can be purchased for pretty inexpensive. I also like the power supply. It does have dual USB inputs, so you're not eliminating the one that you might be already using. And then the rear camera itself is well made. The plastic itself felt a little bit less premium than the main camera itself, but the footage it provided me was totally adequate, so no complaints there. And they do provide you additional adhesives if you end up moving the camera to a different vehicle. It also features 24/7 parking monitoring if you use the optional hardware kit right here. And it is a full-featured hardware kit that includes the hardwire cable that you're going to plug directly into the front camera itself. It needs to have a constant and an accessory or an ignition activated power supply and a ground cable. This can be installed into most vehicles through the fuse tab that they also include, which I do attempt to do later on this video, and you'll see what happens there when I do that. The instructions are very straightforward on the hardwire kit, and it's fairly simple. So I wouldn't be terribly intimidated by this unless you have an electric vehicle like I have. I have an Audi e-tron, which is what I'm installing this into. This camera also features GPS and G-force sensing, so you can get that overlay data, which I'll show you here in a little bit. It also has a 140-degree front cabin camera and a 125-degree rear camera. Installing it was very straightforward. You just remove that adhesive and stick it onto your windshield where you want it to be positioned. I tried getting that camera lens as close to the center of the windshield as possible, and I put it on the right side of the rear view mirror just so that I don't see it at all while I'm driving. It is that small and discreet that it literally hides behind my rear view mirror and I don't see it from the back side. I also made sure to plug in the rear camera and the power supply before adhering it to the windshield, just to make sure that I was able to get those cables in and out and it wasn't bumping into anything. Next, I downloaded the DDPAI mobile app, which is on Android and iOS. And once I got that mobile app installed, I was able to then connect it directly up to the DDPAI dash cam via Wi-Fi. You just want to say agree to all these things, select the type of device that you're connecting to. In this case, it's the dash cam. It does go through and give you a little bit of instructions on how to install the equipment. But the main thing we're going to do here is connect to the internal Wi-Fi of the DDPAI dash cam. This is going to be a fairly straightforward process. I did have to back out of this once and come back into it because it got hung up. That could be due to my other Wi-Fi connections that I have at my house here. But you're going to input the default password, which you can find in the instruction manual of the DDPAI. And once you have that default password installed, you should be able to connect directly up to the camera. And you only have to do this once, because once your phone remembers this Wi-Fi connection, it's very easy and quick to get into the camera directly connected to it once you're in there. I do recommend turning on H.265 if your phone supports this, because this is going to be a much better encoding of the video. Initially, they give you some grid lines to line up your front and rear camera properly. Just make sure that that horizontal line is about on the horizon of where you would be looking out of your windshield. And then I just started messing around with the app here. You can do some data overlays, go into the camera settings, check all the settings, make sure everything's activated how you want them to be activated. You can turn on or off microphone recording. You make sure your date and time stamp is set properly, change the resolution, and a variety of other settings. There are some settings that are specific to the parking monitoring, which you won't be able to access unless you have the hardwire kit installed. And at this point, I do not have that installed yet. You also want to insert that SD card into the camera. And I also updated the dash cam Wi-Fi name and password. I just changed it from the default because you don't really want to keep it as the default, because anybody could just come up with the default Wi-Fi name and password and connect it to your dash cam and download all your footage. Don't want that. So I do recommend updating your dash cam Wi-Fi password, at least, even if you don't do the name, at least change the password, and then you have to reconnect to it. The interface of the dash cam itself I found to be pretty intuitive, very detailed. That 1600p camera really does shine. Again, here's that horizontal, and here's a look at that horizontal line calibration overlay that you have in there. The overlay that you can do on the camera feed itself looks like this, and that's really meant if you want to have that additional data on your video, either in the recording or while you're driving. Here's a look at the rear camera adhered to the back windshield. I have it placed fairly close to the top, kind of pointing downwards, because I do tow a trailer once in a while and I want to be able to see that whole trailer in the view. And here is the DDPAI from the outside. Again, very discreet, fits really nicely behind the rear view mirror, and looks great coming through the windshield there, giving us a nice view of what's going on in the front. This is the view from the inside of it, looking nice and discreet. I love the color of it as well. It just really blends into the interior of the vehicle. Now here I am attempting to do the hardwire kit, but this is a 2019 Audi e-tron. And while I did look up on some forums the fuses and the best fuse taps to go into, I just didn't find a really good one. Even using a multimeter, I did find a 12-volt constant and an ignition based, but I was getting some error codes on the Audi itself when I tried to tap into some existing fuses. So I then tried some non-used fuse slots, but in the end, I just went back to the cigarette lighter accessory plug, and it works just fine. I am going to reattempt the hardwire kit, but I've reached out to some of my buddies to get some insight onto which fuse to specifically use. So definitely consult your car manual to find out which fuse you should tap into. But overall, this is a very good looking dash cam, produces great video quality. I love how easy it is to pop in and out. And it was very easy for me to run that cable directly to the rear camera and the power cable down into the power port that I used. I only had to pop off a few of the trim panels to get it all routed in. Outside of that, I really just tucked the cable into the weather stripping, and behind the weather stripping, going back to that rear camera. Here's a look at the video feed. You can actually record certain clips that you want to and then download them directly to your phone. And it was very easy for me to select the clips. You kind of just play through it, and it is recording what you want to then download to your phone. So you can be very selective on which clips you want to save to your phone. Here's the night view. The night vision is excellent. I love the look of the sky there. It really does illuminate well, of course, with the headlights of the vehicle. And this is kind of in worst case scenario conditions. You got a little bit of rainy, drizzle, windshield wipers going, but everything was super sharp and crisp in the feed from these cameras. This is a look at that rear camera, and the interface for downloading is very straightforward. Just go to where you want in the timeline of your recording, hit the download button, and it's going to record for at least 5 seconds, and then you can stop it after 5 seconds as much as you want. You can create a 1-minute clip, you can create a 15-minute clip. It's up to you how much you want to record. But this thing, during the day and at night, the DDPAI dash cam really does impress me, and this Mola N3 Pro is definitely going to be staying in my vehicle for quite a while here, just because of the ease of use, how fast it is to connect to the dash cam itself when I want to download a clip, and just the overall clarity of it, giving me that really good view. And here is that hailstorm that we drove through coming up to Park City, Utah this year, and it was just crazy. This is what between St. George and Cedar City, Utah. It went from 83 degrees all the way down to 44 degrees in the span of about 30 miles. Never experienced anything like this. It was awesome to capture it not only on my wife's iPhone, but from the dash cam itself. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. See you guys on the next video. Also, be sure to check the link in the description below. I've got a special discounted price on this DDPAI dash cam just for my ManShed subscribers and viewers. See you guys next time.